Hello my friend, I hope you're doing well. Today I want to talk to you about the three major obstacles that every stock music composer has to overcome in order to be successful. And not only in order to be successful, but to be happy in the process of pursuing stock music. So obstacle number one, comparison. The comparison game. This needs to stop. Earlier on in my career when I started pursuing stock music, endlessly comparing my work or my music to either the bestsellers or to the guy next door and see how much more they were selling, and at the same time how my music didn't sound the same. This is something that is really bad for you as a musician, as an artist, and as a human being in general. The grass is not always greener on the other side. You have to take care of your own grass. You have to take care of your own music. You need to nurture yourself in a healthy way. By comparing yourself to somebody else, it's only doing yourself damage. It's going to delay your progress. I was a professional at this. I couldn't stop. It's a disease. It's almost like an addiction. Comparing yourself, especially on libraries like Audio Jungle, when you get all these badges and you can see how many sales the other guy has and you don't have. I can tell you this right now, there will always be somebody ahead of you and there will always be somebody behind you. You have to be happy with where you are right now, today. Tomorrow, you might be a little bit further ahead in your journey, but it's perfectly fine to have people that are more successful than you and be content with that and just learn. There is a time for doing research. There is a time to go and check out what the other guys are doing or what's out there in the marketplace working for some other composers, but that needs to stop. You cannot be all the time on research mode or checking out who's selling and who's not selling and why this person has more sales than you. This is really damaging to your well-being because it did me a lot of harm in the past. I don't compare myself anymore to anybody else, and I'm quite happy with where I am. I really recommend that you should focus more on your music, you should focus more on your art, and stop comparing yourself to others. Obstacle number two, rejection. Stock music composers are really vulnerable when it comes down to rejection, but the reality is that rejection is part of this industry. Rejection is just normal when it comes down to music licensing. You compose a music track, you upload it to a library, and then you get rejected. No big deal. You need to overcome this. I suffer a lot when I was getting rejected, especially on Audio Jungle. And I got rejected many times for a long period of time on Audio Jungle without being able to get my tracks past the reviewer. And this is after I've been accepted on Audio Jungle, meaning that I had already a few tracks on my portfolio, but I was getting rejected. It just blew my mind. And back then I wasn't even aware that you could get rejected. I just thought that the review process was just to see if the music was okay, but it never occurred to me that somebody can say no. And what rejection means, it just means no, today. Tomorrow is another day. Now, obviously on libraries like Audio Jungle, rejection has become a thing, and it has always been a thing, but now with the limit of uploads that you have, especially for newcomers, it becomes even harder. So my advice is to just go for it anyways. Always upload to other libraries as you grow as a composer, but don't let rejection get the best out of you. It's just gonna mess up with your psychic. It's just gonna mess up with your confidence. Just understand that rejection is not something personal. Rejection just means that you are not getting that music track today online. That's it. I still get rejected from time to time. I join new libraries and I get rejected. I have documented this quite recently actually by getting rejections on multiple libraries. Music tracks that are already selling. And funny enough, music tracks that have been accepted by Audio Jungle. Now, Audio Jungle is not the be-all, end-all of music licensing or stock music, but when a track has been accepted on my Audio Jungle profile and I upload that same music track to another library, it's almost like a guarantee that it's going to get accepted. But that could be further from the truth. The reality is that that track could still be rejected on another library. And this has happened to me multiple times. If a music track gets rejected on one library, just delete that email and put that music track on another library. Simple as that. And move on with your day. Obstacle number three, finishing your music tracks. I made a career out of this. I was so good at not finishing my track that I almost gave up. I was a professional at this obstacle, okay? I have a PhD on this. I overcome this by setting myself limitations because I could never finish my music. It will take me forever. 1 month to finish one music track, it's unacceptable in the music licensing world. So it will take me forever to finish my musical ideas. It will take me forever to start my musical ideas. It will take me forever to decide what drum kits I was gonna use. It will take me forever to know what plugins I should use, and I will never finish my music. And I knew that there was a faster way to finish music tracks, and the best way to do this is to write a lot. Have a strategy for just getting out of your head and start composing music faster, quicker, more decisive. You need to be more secure. You need to be more confident about your ability to finish your music track. But most importantly, you need to be confident about starting that music track. So your ability to start a music track and finish it as a final product is one of the major obstacles that even experienced composers face. Nowadays, I can just come here to my desk and compose a music track out of thin air. I have developed the discipline and the ability to not overthink too much about what I'm doing and just trust my gut, really. I know it sounds very cliche, but you need to trust yourself. You need to take decisions earlier on in the process and say, am I going to be working with this chord progression or with that chord progression? Am I going to be working with that plugin or that other plugin? And this decision making needs to be done very fast and quick, especially in the early process of the composition. Once you finish that music track, you just need to let it go. But you need to get into the habit of starting something and finishing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video is helpful to you. Leave in the comment section what's your major obstacle that you're facing today when it comes down to music licensing or to stock music. If you're new to music licensing or to royalty-free libraries, download my free guide, link in the description. And as always, rock and roll, and here's to your success.